What is up? Boy, that is some annoying music, isn't it? Oh my gosh, I got to work on something. I downloaded all this artless music to start my live stream with. And as I'm getting ready to upload it, like 5 minutes before the podcast, everything is in WAV format. And I'm using EV-Mux. And apparently it says WAV format is incompatible. Everything is MP4 or MP3. Completely out of luck. So I'm like scrambling in the software to get some kind of music for the countdown. Live streaming. Gotta love it. And then on top of that, I'm going live and it says that I was unlisted and I couldn't figure out how to make it public. I had to like go into YouTube. Okay, anyways, we're here. We're here. Man, I just want to say before I get started, man, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. This has been a long journey to get here, I'll tell you that. I love doing live streams. I do. And I just thought, you know what? I can't do it quite yet because I don't have enough people to follow my channel. And you know what? It's just, why would they want to watch me? But here we are 1 year later. And you guys have been asking for a live stream podcast. Quite a few of you have. And I've been reluctant to pull the trigger. But Bark from Obscure Mics, I reach out to him. I'm like, man, got this membership thing. I don't know what to do. What can I do? He's like, man, just start it. Get out there, man. People want to see you behind the curtains, you know, the non-cookie cutter version of yourself. So here I am. So thank you, Bark. I appreciate that, man. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Here we go. So let's launch this thing, shall we? This is the first episode of the live stream podcast. Now, eventually this will be a members only podcast, but for the beginning, I thought, you know what, let's go ahead and just make it open to everybody so everybody could see what it is because, you know, if I were me, I'd want to know what I'm putting my money into. So we'll put it out there a couple times for free so everybody knows what's out there, and then we'll have some videos where they can watch. And then, you know what, if you want to become a member after that, I think it's like the lowest one is $1.99. And then if you really want to level it up, I think it's like $4.99. And you get to unlock all the features that you unlocked for $1.99. And then if you want to go ahead and unlock the features after that, well, you get to unlock all those features that you unlocked at $1.99. I'm terrible at this. I'm just saying, you know what? I appreciate whatever you guys want to support, and I thank you for your support, and whatever that level is. I don't want to tell one person, hey, you know, well, you got to pay a little more to get more. No, I just appreciate your support, and once you give it, you get the keys to the castle. So here we go. So I would love for you guys to comment in the chat. Is my audio all right? Do I sound good? Because I'm using a software that I haven't used in over a year. There's all kinds of software. I've used Ecamm before. I've used StreamYard. And now I'm trying EV-Mux because it gives you a little more features than StreamYard for the same price. And I used it for my live streams for my other YouTube channel, Coffee at the Cross, and live streams on Facebook. And I liked it then when it was free, and now you got to pay for it. So with your guys' support, I was able to do that and get this going. So thank you very much. So if anybody could just post in the chat and let me know if you can hear me okay. Can you hear me okay? We're trying to, this is the first live stream, so I just want to make sure everything is good. We're rolling, and we're looking good. We're sounding good. So let me sit here and see what we got. I see that we have 4 people watching. I'm going to go ahead and try and see if I can hear me. Oh, yep, I can hear me. We've got audio. All right. So let's get started. My name is Mike Newman. I've started this channel, LeveL Up, a little over a year ago. And my journey has been one and a difficult journey, a tough journey that has started a little over a year ago. And I just wanted to get out there and share what I know with you guys, because I remember when I wanted to do a podcast, it was really hard to get out there and get budget affordable gear that you could trust, that you know can make you sound good, that you know can make you look good, and just be able to not stand out in the space, but you just didn't want to look like you didn't belong in the space. You didn't want to stand out in the wrong ways. You wanted to stand out in the right ways, and you want your number one feature about your live stream and your content creation to be you, because you are the brand. So I was just looking around like, you know what, we're going to go ahead and do this. And it has been a tough, tough journey. Thank you so much. So before we get started, for those of you who don't know me, I'm going to go ahead and step outside the cookie cutter box of the Level Up channel, which I do reviews for gear. If you're on here, you guys already know that. Appreciate you guys being here. But, man, it's tough. This is tough. Try not to get a little emotional here because, man, I've been trying to get to this point right here today for a long time. And I really appreciate the support you guys have given me. But let me just step outside and give you guys who am I and where did this all start from? When I was in high school, and I'm going to date myself here, in the 90s, the early 90s, I was in high school. I was in communications class, a broadcasting class, and we had a radio station and a TV station at our high school called WOVI for our radio station, 89.5. And we also had a TV station called, I think it might have been WOVI as well. I don't know. But it was a TV station also, and we had a cable channel, and we did like news, weekly news, sports, all that other stuff for the school. Think like if you ever seen the recent Spider-Man movies where they start the movie and the kids are like doing their own newscasts, like we did that, but we were on cable, not just for our school. And I loved it, man. It sounded so cool. Always wanted to be a DJ when I was growing up and being a kid, and that's what I did. So I jumped in, and I was a DJ for our radio station my sophomore year for third period, and I absolutely loved it. I was like, man, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. So for my freshman year in high school, I was a radio DJ, and I also joined the TV production team, and they wanted me to be a sports anchor in the beginning, and I did one newscast where I was that sports anchor. Just one. And let me tell you something. Them lights are hot when they're pointing at you, and I melted under the pressure. I did fine. They said I did fine, but I did not like everybody staring at you and the lights on and everything being dark and everybody's like the count, like the 3, 2, and then throwing it to you, like your mind just goes blank. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to step out of this role. I'm going to step into TV production from the other side of the camera. So I became the cameraman for our field reporters. And so whenever we went out and did like reports at the mall for Christmas shopping or community reports, things like that on scene, I was the guy that held the camera. And that was my jam. So we did that. And then I graduated high school and I went into college. And when I did, I made my major communications and broadcasting. And I started there my first semester as communications. And as we started this class, I started to realize second semester, we really started to get into the meat of it. And second semester, the teacher started and said, hey, for your final this year, you are going to get up in front of the class and you're going to teach the class. My heart just like blew up inside my chest. It was crazy. Completely blew up, exploded. So that was my last day in class, and I switched my major that day to physical therapy, of all things. I'm like, you know what? No, thank you. So I stepped out of that and went into that, and then I went into something else. I ended up going to criminal justice, graduated with a criminal justice degree, and I just kind of fiddled with a whole bunch of stuff over the years. So that was that, and I thought, you know what? My DJ career is over. I've got my FCC license to be a DJ, but no one was going to hire me with one semester of communications and broadcasting, 1.112, like 2 days of communications past my second semester. But no one was going to hire me like that, so I gave up on my dream. And that's where I left it. And then about 20 years later, I started going to church with my wife, long story short. And I was one of those ones that wanted to sit in the back row. So once I got to church, I was like, all right, I'll go. But I'm going to be in the back. I don't want anybody to see me. And I started going, and some people noticed that I was new and welcomed me. And one of the guys from the worship team had reached out and said, hey, you know, we're looking for a sound guy. Would you be interested in doing sound? And I'm like, ooh, faders, buttons. I remember the faders from high school. I'm in. I didn't even hesitate. I said, absolutely, I'm in. And then I realized what I said yes to. At that moment, I realized all the stuff that I had to know back in high school to run a radio show and run the faders and the equipment and all that stuff. And it had been 20 years since I had touched anything. So I show up for my first day and it's like, none of this applies. Like, we had a digital analog board that was the size of my car, and I had the RE20. Like, that's still out there. That's still a thing. I love that microphone. It's still here. But they were using a Mackie system, a Mackie board, I forgot what it was, a 16-channel Mackie board, but it had the iPad interface with it. So it wasn't physical faders, it was touchscreen faders and EQs and stuff. Instead of knobs for high, mids, and lows and compression, you had to go and touch this and go here to this screen and touch that to get there. And oh my gosh, was that crazy. Overwhelming. But I still loved it. Like, I was okay. There's a learning curve to this, but I now realize I've forgotten everything that I'd known about broadcasting and audio in the last 20 years, and I had to relearn. So the flames were stoked, and now it was just like I was all in. Like, I couldn't stop watching YouTube videos on proper EQ and live mixing live stream EQ versus radio production and studio recording versus live recording, things like that. And you're starting to realize those are two completely separate monsters. So I got back into the audio space doing live EQing and being the sound guy for live worship in our church. And I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So that really got the fires going. And then through YouTube, I started watching other types of videos, and I got into like inspirational videos for faith videos, like 5-minute, like I call them spiritual power bars. You could watch in the morning to kind of get you going, get you jazzed up for the day. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to make those. So I started getting into the production side, the editing, and which kind of camera to use, and which audio gear, like which microphone do I get for a voiceover, and which audio interface to get to be able to do voiceovers and make my own content. And I had no idea where to go. I had, all I knew, the only microphone I knew in my life was the RE20. That's what I had used in high school. And then here I am again, and I had nowhere to go. So I was watching Harris Heller. I think it was the first channel I ever noticed for content creation, and he was doing videos on how to get started. And he was doing a video review on the USB mic, the Samson G-Track Pro. I've got it here somewhere. Can't remember what I did with it. It's here in my studio somewhere, but I absolutely loved the look of it. Had that like Johnny Carson late night talk show, Jay Leno talk show microphone that would sit on the desk. And I'm like, you know what? That's cool. I'll take that one. So I bought that. It was like $150, and I plugged it in USB, and I was like, oh yeah. And it had great sound. It really did. And then I blew it up, and I ruined it. I started like, everybody does this. When you start getting into YouTube and live streaming, like, what do I do? Which lane do I go in? Do I want to do gaming channel? Do I want to do just talking? Do I want to do what kind of content creation do I want to do? Documentaries. We've all been there. We've all been in that place where we can't quite figure out what we want to do. And so I was piddling with everything. I thought, I'm going to try doing a gaming channel where sharing a gaming channel with people of faith where we can go and just have fun together in different games like Call of Duty. Nothing screams I love Jesus more than getting into Call of Duty and throwing grenades at people. But I just wanted to do that. So I was trying to set up a live stream gaming channel knowing next to nothing. And I was like trying to get it in, and it wouldn't recognize my Samson G-Track Pro and my PlayStation 4. And I remember someone saying in a Reddit chat, just unplug it real quick and plug it back in and do that. And sometimes it'll like kick on. So I was doing that. And when I did it, I like fried the circuitry inside. So now I'm out my microphone. I don't want to do USB anymore. I want to do XLR. Everybody says XLR, USB is a headache. Well, guess what? I just realized USB is a headache. So I'm going to do XLR now. So started watching some channels, and that's when I noticed Podcastage. Also noticed Bark from Obscure Mics. He caught my eye, and I remember seeing these reviews about the, what was it? It was the Behringer XM8500. Because I was I just spent $150 on the Samson G-Track Pro. I can't afford another mic. I blew it all on that mic, and now I've blown it up. My own fault. Sorry. That's me. So what can I get right now to at least get me started? So everybody was raving about the Unicorn being the XM8500 handheld mic. Again, I've got it somewhere in my studio. Should have had it closer to me, but that's what I used. I got that, and my first audio interface, I believe, was the Scarlett Focusrite, I believe. Yeah. Or no. My first board was the Behringer, what is it? The Q802U. mixer board, like an actual mixer board. It was cool. I love that board. I still have it. It's amazing. I love it. It's my favorite thing. It's like your original toy that you never get rid of. But I got that mixer board, and I started with that XM8500 and the Behringer Q802U, and I was rocking and rolling with that thing. And I started doing live stream podcasts, different things, just throwing stuff at the wall, not having any real direction at all, and got overwhelmed on that channel and just started doing live streams on Facebook, devotionals like that, and my channel Coffee at the Cross. And then I just got overwhelmed and, got real cringy, got very cringy. We all been there, right? You've been there? Got very cringy, and I just stopped, stepped down, walked away, and I was done for 6 or 7 months. But the YouTube fires were stoked, and it's like, all right, I don't want to go live yet. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull back and just learn as much as I can. I just want to absorb everything I can. So I started watching everybody's channels and how to grow a channel, what cameras to use, what kind of gear to use. Started designing my studio, and let me just tell you, like, this studio I have now is version number 662. 62. I wrote it down. 62 times I've remodeled this room in the last year, 18 months. Because I just I have that thing. Like, if it doesn't look good and I don't look, if it doesn't look like I belong in this space, I can't do it. And boy, was that a mistake. Boy, that was a mistake. It is a mistake. So I just kept floating around doing that. And before you know it, I just realized I'm just going to have to get going, pick a niche, pick a road. And I'm like, my whole struggle right now getting started is what gear to use. Like, I really want to get started. I want to level up my channel. So I was like, I want to do that. I want to put that kind of commitment and quality into the channels for the budget gear, the lower level gear, because there was like maybe 1 or 2 channels that I followed, but that was it. So if you're like me, there's only 2 people out there that you could watch, that you could trust, that was reviewing the lower gear, like that sub $70 equipment. Like, not everybody, some of us have big dreams and little wallets. So I was like, I'm going to do that. So I jumped in, started doing that, and it's been a journey. So when I first started, my very first video I ever recorded was for the review of the Elgato Facecam. And I remember it was like Christmas. It was like right around November, late November, early December. So I was like, I'll make this video because people are going Christmas shopping. This thing just launched. And I made this review, and I put everything I had into it, major production. I think I spent probably 3 weeks like producing the video. It took me like 30 minutes to record it. 3 weeks of editing it, trying to make it so perfect, because I just, like, we all think this. I'm going to make this awesome video and it's going to go viral. I need it to go viral. We're going to launch. We're going to hit the ground running. And then you post it and it barely goes anywhere, really goes anywhere. So I saw that, and I saw after a couple of weeks it wasn't really growing anything. And I tried to make another video. I didn't like it. Didn't post it, made another video, didn't like it, refused to post it, and I did that like 3 or 4 videos in a row. I just kept making videos, not posting it, and I think it was like 2 months before I made another video that I liked enough to post. And then it was 2 months after that I made another video to post. So now I'm like, all right, I've made 3 videos in 6 months. I'm not good enough. I'm not going to be good enough. So I pulled back again, chickened out, stopped making videos. And I'll tell you, it was tough. It was tough. So that was kind of a defeat. I'm like, all right, it took me 6 months to make 3 videos that I like. I don't have the goods. I don't have the stuff. So I just pulled back and just like remodeled my studio. I thought, if my studio looked better, maybe my content will be better. And totally wrong. Totally wrong. I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to learn everything I can and then start the ground, or start this thing running with like 100% knowledge. I'm going to look like a professional from day one, and that's just the wrong way to start out. So that's who I was, and that's how I started. And for our church, that was a way for me to learn and experiment while still going live, because it wasn't my face that was on there. It was someone else. I was streaming for the church. And so it was a way for me to learn how to stream and how to use OBS and do all this stuff, but not expose myself as the one doing it. And by doing that, I put everything I had and everything that I learned into the church live stream video production, what equipment to use, frames per second, synchronization. I put everything I had into that. It wasn't my channel, it was the church's channel. So I was growing on someone else's platform, but my channel was non-existent. It was dead in the water because I was trying to learn there, and then I was going to be a professional first, and I see this comment right here from Clay, and man, he's hitting the nail on the head. He said, "Oh my gosh, man, you're hitting the nail on the head. Such a great connection with our thoughts and processes for newer or trying YouTubers. We're all there. Like, we don't want to show up and look like we don't know what we're doing, because then we're afraid people will just leave us and go somewhere else and never come back." And that was me. So I was growing and exposing myself on a different channel. And thanks, Clay, for the comment. Appreciate that. Love you. Love your stuff too, man. You're just starting out, but I'll say this right off the bat. You have an awesome presence. Like, you could be talking about, hey, this week's podcast is about how to properly put out your trash cans for Christmas. I'd watch it. You have that kind of presence. So just keep pushing, man. Keep plugging away. You're going to get it. You've already got the stuff. You've got that part. Once you find your path and your niche, you're gonna take off, truly. So that's what I did. I was on my church YouTube channel, and then COVID hit, and we were just live streaming for like one or two people that were elderly people in their church that were no longer physically able to attend the church. So we're like, let's just live stream for them, because they can't come anymore. So that was my avenue to learn how to YouTube and how to live stream. And then COVID hits. And I would say, unless you were the big churches, like the mega churches that are out there, the ones that are all about the shows and not about the substance, in my opinion, might be, sorry if you're a large church, if it's working for you, amen, glad you're going. But for us, we were a smaller church, and I would say like 95% of all mid-sized to small churches were not live streaming, because they were always like, if you live stream, then no one's going to come to church. We were live streaming because of the people who couldn't come to church. And so when COVID hit, we were ahead of the game, because now you couldn't go to church. No one could go to church. No one could assemble anywhere. We were all stuck in our homes, and we had a quality live stream because, I put a year into overlays and learning how to do scrolls and fonts and, the right frames per second and things like that. That's what we were doing. So when COVID hit, we were like one of the few that when you went onto Facebook on Sunday, we looked like we knew what we were doing. It was a great presentation. It was a great experience for those who couldn't come to church. So we came out of COVID stronger than when we lost a lot of people during COVID. But when we opened the doors back up, we found out that half the people had left, just churches everywhere. When COVID was over, people didn't come back. But we found that over half of our church that had come back had never been to church. So I was like, okay, not trying to get too spiritual for you guys, but it was just like, okay, this was confirmation that, this stuff works. Like, people, if you just do something and you commit to it and you put your work into it, you're going to start ugly, but you're going to get to a point where when someone turns something on, they're going to see you and they're going to stay. And that was my cue. Like, okay, I got to get plugged in and I got to get going, because I'm never going to be this good here unless I start over there. So that's what I did. I went all in on my YouTube channel, Level Up. I'm like, you know what? There are people out there, churches, pastors, teachers, school people that were trying to teach their kids from home, you name it. There were all kinds of people out there that were trying to create a channel in the middle of COVID, but they didn't have the gear that most of these channels were reviewing, the $100 mics, the $200 mics, the $300, the Shure SM7B and the Sony at the time, I think the Sony a6000 and a6400. Like, those were expensive cameras. What about people who want to start a channel that don't have any of that budget? What do they get? So that was my niche. I'm like, I'm going to do that because that was my struggle, and that's how I jumped in. So here I am. A year later, so my first year is the year of what not to do, and that's I want this podcast to be about, at least the second half. The first half was about just giving you my background. I'm a pastor at a church, started out on a sound team, got hooked into the live stream and developed that for our church and got us running on that, and that got my feet going. And as a former DJ from high school, like I was all in. So my first year was everything you shouldn't do, which was wait until you have the perfect video before you post it. Don't do that. Just send it out, man. Just put yourself in front of a camera, post it. And then go back and watch your videos, and then watch other people's videos. See, like, the channels that you like, what you love about those channels. What are they doing right? What are they not doing that you wish they would do that they're not doing? Then you do that. And then just kind of grow as you're doing that, and grow ugly. Just get out there, be exposed, and you're going to get comments from people, and you need to have some thick skin as a YouTube creator, because as you grow and as you post stuff, there's going to be people that are come on there and say, "Hey man, it took you 2 minutes to get to the point of the video. What are you doing?" Well, like, I've got channel markers for you to get straight to the point, Just saying. You didn't have to watch that if you didn't want to. But there are going to be people that are going to go in there and critique all kinds of stuff about your video. Look at it objectively. Is it something that I'm not doing that I could have been doing? Oh, wait, okay, I wish you had done this. Me too. So as you're growing, just put it out there and let that first year of content creation just be a learning experience. Put you out there. Figure out what people are watching, what got good reviews, which got some attention to it, and then start making a channel of it. 3 things that I would recommend you to do if you're not sure what niche to start out at. Number 1, what do you like to watch the most? What do you spend the most time watching on YouTube? Like, for me, it was watching video reviews of microphones and cameras and all kinds of stuff on how to start a YouTube channel. That was my passion. That was my love. I love doing that. So that's what I was going to start at. So if that's what you spend the most time doing, try that. And then write down all the things that your favorite channels do right and things you wish they did do that they weren't doing. And then, okay, that's my twist. I call it a yoinkin' twist. I'd heard it before on YouTube. I can't remember who it was from. It's not mine. I'm not taking credit for it. But someone said the yoinkin' twist maneuver, where you're watching people that you love, you're taking that, and then you're yoinking it from them, and then you're twisting it into something that is yours. You're putting your little twist on it. That's a better way to put it. So for me personally, I watched, my favorite channels were Harris Heller in the beginning, Tom Buck, Obscure Mics, and Audio Hotline, Bronson. Those were my favorite go-to channels. Podcastage too. Loved him too. Those were, so 5. I watched 5. And I'm like, okay, I just wrote on a piece of paper the things I love that podcast, Bandrew from Podcast was doing, what was Bark doing on his channel that I absolutely loved. Also writing notes on their studio, like their lighting, their backgrounds, things that I loved about it, the way their address was, the way they were doing things. What are some of the things that Audio Hotline, Bronson over here is doing? What is Tom Buck doing? Just pulling all those things and just saying, okay, now, of those things I like, what can I do? What can I do with my means and my budget to get something like that? You're not going to get the same thing, because they've been, like Tom Buck's been at it 7 years. He's got 7 years of experience and 7 years of accumulating gear. So he's going to have better gear than most people do starting out. But man, I started out with a cell phone pointing at me. Actually, I started out with an iPad starting out at me, and then I switched to a cell phone, and then I switched to, what did I use after that? I used a webcam, the Elgato Facecam, and then I got a Sony a6000 and was using the stock lens with it. And then I went out and got a Sigma 16mm lens. I'm still using that lens. I love it. That's what I'm using now. And then I upgraded to the Sony ZV-E10 after that. So you got to start somewhere. And man, if you got a phone, these things are absolutely awesome. I mean, these are amazing cameras. And you can download stuff into OBS for content creation, where you can record videos into OBS using your iPhone and then making your channels that way. Just a really good way to start out. So find your favorite YouTube channels, write down what you like about it, and things you wish they had did, or things you wish they had done for you that wasn't being answered, or questions or ways of doing it that you wish they had done that they weren't. And then you put that in your video. So do that. And then number 3 is just start making videos and putting it out there and let the information flow. Like, you're going to find out in your videos how long that they stayed on your video. Okay, so if they're staying for like 3 minutes, you got a great intro, because they're staying longer than 30 seconds, which is your intro. Then you're getting to your quality of, your intro, then your second intro, like, cause I do like a video, like, transition between my original intro, and I call it intro A. Then there's like a video transition where I throw my logo out there, and then I go to intro B, which is, okay, intro A is the hook. I want to tell you what I'm doing. And then intro B is, here I am, and this is why we're doing it. And then we get on to the unboxing and the review and things like after that. So just get into it. Man, just don't do what I did, which is just afraid to put yourself out there. You're so afraid of looking bad, of just not leveling up, not being good enough compared to the others. You're not going to get the information you need until you start putting stuff out there. And that's how I learned. I started learning, okay, my B-roll footage of my intro was too long. People were watching the first 30 seconds and then they were checking out. And I'm real, okay, so in your analytics, I was like, oh, wow, they're checking out at the intro. Where are they checking out? Like, my intro used to be like 15 seconds long. They were checking out after 9 seconds into my intro. Okay, so now I know I need to be 9 seconds or less. Now I think I got it down to like 3 seconds. And then you get that second hook in, which is what you're talking, the reason why you're doing the video. And now they're staying a lot longer. Now my view duration went from like 30 seconds to 4 minutes. And my videos can be anywhere between 20 minutes to 30 minutes. And that was my thing. Like, a lot of people did like the 8 to 10 to 12-minute video reviews just talking about this stuff, but they didn't really walk you through it. They're trying to keep their videos down to keep their view duration high. I'm like, I wished I had someone explaining more detail to me about how it worked and how they did it and what the problems they did or had while setting it up. So that's what I do. A lot of my videos are not just, hey, I'm speaking into the mic, but I kind of show you how I hooked it, like webcams. I show you how to hook it up. I show you how to operate it. I go through all the features in the interface. I just don't tell you what it can do. I show you how to do it. And that was my niche. Like, I give a little bit more detail. And there are going to be people just complaining or ripping apart what you're doing. They're just going to do that. I'm not here for them. There are plenty of other channels that do what it is that you need to do, that you want. Go there. I'm doing this for the people that really need to know how. That they're really struggling with the how. And what was your learning curve? Where did you get stuck? Where was your frustration level? What problems did you have? Like, I share all of that. So my video's a little bit longer than most, I understand, but anyways, that's what I do. So yeah, just hit record, man. Throw your stuff out there. So I'm curious to those who are watching, and I'm pretty surprised by the number of people watching. That's pretty cool, man. I didn't think there'd be anybody here tonight. But I'm curious, like, what are your regrets? People who have started a channel, do you have any regrets that you'd like to share with everybody here about something you wish you had done that you didn't do starting out? And even gear that you had bought that you wish you hadn't bought starting out, because that's what everybody else got. Like, for me, the thing was everybody has a Shure SM7B microphone on YouTube. You go, what is it? Joe Rogan has one. Bill Maher had just all the big guys, they use SM7B microphones. It's a $400 microphone. That's a lot of money. So if you're trying to start a podcast, you're thinking, boy, I better have that microphone if I'm going to look good or for people to take me serious. What could I possibly get that's going to make me look legit? Let me tell you something. The Shure SM7B is not going to do it. Like, people are not looking for who's got an SM7B for me to watch today. And so that's the biggest thing that I'm glad I didn't do, but I almost did, and that would have been a huge regret for me because it's a microphone I'm not that big of a fan of as far as of its performance. It's a very vanilla microphone. It's very plain, and it's designed to be that way. But for someone who just wants to plug a microphone out of the box and hit the ground running, it's not a good sound like that. You've got to EQ it. Clay from Allen Chronicles says, one of the things I like about your content is your authenticity. That is something I value anyone else. I think that's huge. That's huge, authenticity. And thank you, Clay. I appreciate that, man. Love you, man. There's a channel that I watch, and I watch a lot, and I'm not going to say who it is and what they do, but I watch it a lot, not because I like their channel. It's a reminder of what not to do. I watch their channel when they come out, and they do video gear reviews of that budget stuff, the Fafines, the Mayanos, the entry-level gear. And they're doing well, they're doing successful, but for me, when I watch them, it's a show. Like, they're performing, and they're trying to be cool, they're trying to sound cool, they're trying to sound funny, and it's just too much. It's too forced, and it's just like, man, please remind me not to do that, and please remind me not to act that way. Just be me. And so that's my big thing, and I feel like there are a lot of people out there that are starting, and it's not because I'm not inside their head, but I honestly feel like that person is doing it not because that's what they want to do. They're afraid to be themselves. They feel like they have to be that in order to get attention, in order for people to follow them. They have that high energy because they don't have the followers yet. And I'm just like, man, just be you. Just be you. I could see there's a personality behind this person that I would follow and that I would listen to. Because every now and then when that person gets in their groove, it comes out. But for like the first 3 minutes, it's a hard watch because it's just it's not genuine. It's not real. It's not authentic, and it's tough. So, yeah, authenticity is huge. And I always say this, don't talk to the people out there like you're trying to sell something. Do your channel and talk to them like they're your best friend. Like, like the family barbecue, and cousin Larry comes over and sits down and says, hey, man, I want to start a podcast. What would you recommend? What would you start with? Well, you know what, honestly, what's your budget? First, and as they're talking, I'm listening to their voice to kind of, okay, they got a high-pitched voice, they got a very mid voice, and they got or a low voice. I'm like, all right, so as they're talking, this person's got a low voice, so you'd really want something that isn't real deep because it's already there. You want something to kind of highlight the high end. So I'm listening to them talk, already kind of getting a lineup in my head. What's your budget? But I'm just talking to them because they're family. Just when you're starting a channel, just talk to them like it's your cousin, like it's your brother on the other side of the camera watching, like it's all the people that you know that are watching. The people that don't know you yet and you don't know them yet, they're going to feel like family when you do that. And that's how you get people to stay. That's how I've always done things, and I appreciate that. So, yeah, for me, authenticity is everything. Don't try to be something else. And my biggest regret when I first started out was, and those videos are not up. I pulled them down. Like I was trying to be somebody else, and it was cringy. It's very cringy. So they're gone. They've been in the YouTube Hall of Shame, shredded and never to appear. So just be you. That was my big thing. So for me, that was one of my regrets. Starting too late was my big regret. Before I actually pulled the trigger on the channel Level Up, again, like I said, I spent a year growing someone else's YouTube channel. And what that did was, yes, I gained a lot of knowledge and I gained a lot of experience doing that. But then when I was ready to start my channel a year later, all the hard work I had done that past year, all the people that were watching the live stream and appreciating the work that I was doing there, that's not on my channel. I was starting from scratch from there. So I'm starting live, and now there's a year's worth of followers that you never got. There's a year's worth of content that you never got to post. So I was doing all the work for a year, but not for my channel. It was for someone else's. And the most important thing when you start a YouTube channel, for me, is don't worry about the subs. Don't worry about the views. Your most important goal is to 10 videos. I wrote this was my list when I first started. I wrote down a piece of paper, get to 10 videos. Learn what it's like to have content. Learn what it's like to have that. Learn what your workflow is. Learn because your life is one way, right? You got your work, you got your family, you got your responsibilities. So what am I capable of doing? All right. So if I want to get out there and I want to post a video every week, well, okay, how much time do I have to commit? So you're not going to know that till you start posting the video. So I'd done a year of doing someone else's workflow. When I started into mine a year later, I had no idea what type of work it was going to take from my channel for what I wanted to do. B-roll, unboxing shots from a camera top down, backgrounds, mic, like it was a different game. And I had no year, all that year of experience was gone. It was wasted because it was someone else's channel. So now I'm learning from scratch. Yes, I know how to set up an OBS channel. Now I know what frames per second to use. But as far as what I needed for Level Up, I had nothing. So I had to learn all over again, and it was painful because I had no followers. I had no viewers now. So all of my pains and gains and the blood, sweat, and tears was for another platform. So again, don't wait. Don't do it too late. Start ugly. And man, that first year, you're going to learn so much about you, about what you need in your channel. What gear do I need? Like I always write a list. Okay. And I'll stop here because I don't want to forget this. Whenever I get done with the video, the minute I have a problem or there was something that took too long or frustrated with me, I write that down. I always write it down. My list is studio workflow priority. All right, what was a problem that either A, sapped the energy out of me, frustrated me to where I don't want to make a video right away? Write that stuff down. Excuse me. Write it down. And then figure out a way to solve that problem before the next video. That's the stuff you're going to learn in that first year that is going to be huge. It's going to be crucial for you guys. Just build up what you don't even know what your workflow is. You don't know what your personality is. You don't know what your energy is. You don't know when you're going to have the most energy. So now I know after a year, okay, my time to make a YouTube video is when I first wake up, get a cup of coffee. I got about 2 hours in the morning before the day starts going. I can record a segment or two there. And then about 9 o'clock after that, 9, 10 o'clock at night, I can come up here and record another segment for about a half hour to an hour. And then that's all I got. So I planned my workday around that. And I didn't learn that after a while. And then I learned, okay, well, I want to be able to do this. And then as I post this video, I didn't like the way that video looked. I didn't like the background of my unboxing, and I didn't like the way that was presented. So how can I solve this problem? Or, man, it took me 40 minutes to set up my unboxing shot. Now, Fafine just sent me something, and I'm sitting there overwhelmed because it's like, man, now I got to go up and I got to change my studio. I got to move my gear around in order just to do the unboxing first so I could just do the review. And I got to tear up my battle station in order to make a space for my unboxing review. And then I got to put it all back. Like, that was stuff that really stressed me out. So I knew right away, okay, I need to have a separate station and a separate camera set up for my unboxings. I want to be able to, when Fafine sends me something, or Mayano sends me something, or Deity sends me something, or Earthwork sends me something, whatever it is, whenever they send me something, I want to be able to walk into my studio, set the box down, hit record. The mic's already hooked up to an interface right there. Hit record, do the unboxing right there. That's what I do first. And then once that's done, I sit down and I go to my station here, or I have a camera facing this way with a pallet wall over there. Let me just kind of, like, I've got a pallet wall back there, and that's another shot that I do where the camera's facing that way. And then I have this shot right here. I got my camera back. Now I messed up my placement. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, so I've got this shot here. I've got that shot there. So then I plan, which way do I want to do my studio? Which way do I want to do with your stuff? So that's what I do. So my question to you guys is, what about your workflow do you find the hardest? Because that was for me. Like, that was something I had to identify first. And my advice to you guys is, like, find out what your problem spots are, your biggest hurdles that you have to leap every time you make a video. For me, it was the B-roll. For me, that was my big thing. So I'm curious from you guys, like, what's your big thing? If you guys, for anybody out there, I'm curious to your thoughts on that. So that was my other thing. And then keep in mind your goals. Like, stick to that. My first 10 videos were all about finding out what I did well, what I struggled with, and what I need to do. What do I need to improve on? What do I need to do better? So that was my big thing. So that was the first goal. The second goal was, all right, once I got to 10 videos, reassess, which I was talking about. All right, we're looking at your analytics. And then from that point on, I'm like, all right, from this point on, I want 100 videos. I want to get to 100. And I don't care what happens between now and 100. If I get to 1,000 or not, doesn't matter. My goal is 100 subscribers. And that's what was my focus. All right, so now I know I can make a video the way I want it within every 2 weeks. If I do that, I should hit 1,000 subscribers before I get to 100 videos. But my goal wasn't 100,000 1,000 subscribers. My goal was 100 videos. But by doing that and applying those lessons as I went, that's where I think I got to 1,000 subscribers within 10 months. So that blew my mind. That blew my mind because I didn't think I was going to grow that fast, especially after the growing pains. So that was frustrating too. Like, I sat down for the first year, did all my work on someone else's channel, and then jumped into my own. And I got to 1,000 subscribers in 10 months. I'm like, man, where would I be at today had I started from the very beginning? I'd be way past this point. So that set your goals, commit to them, and then reassess not only after each video, but periodically after 10 videos, after 25 videos. Just have benchmarks where you just stop, look back, look at your channel, go back and rewatch your videos, see your growth. That's another thing I like to do. I like to go back and see, okay, I watch a video from a year ago. video from a month ago. I'm always evaluating my own stuff, and I'm just curious to see what you guys do. So that was the other thing. Set your goals, commit to them, reassess. Don't wait until you're perfect. Hit the ground ugly. Just hit record. Be messy. Learn what, because that's another thing. You don't know what your audience wants until you start making videos, and then you mold your channel to what your audience listens to and watches, and you're not going to know that till you have videos. So if I could put it in one way, because we're getting ready to come up on an hour mark, and I want to keep you guys too long, I want to leave you guys with this. Your mindset should be, when you start your channel, is to treat it like a Walmart. When I go to Walmart, I always go in there for one thing. And you know what I'm talking about. We all do it. We go in there for just one thing, but we always fill up our shopping cart with like 50,000 things and spend $400 on stuff we did not intend to buy. Your goal when you first start your YouTube channel is to stock your shelves like your Walmart, because people are going to finally search for something that you did. And it's usually never your last video that hits it. It's usually a video you make. Like my first video of the Elgato Facecam Pro went, but it was like 6 months before it hit. And then it hit, and then it went to like 10,000 views. So I was frustrated with that video, thinking it was a bomb for the first 6 months. And then 6 months later, it became 10,000 views. It's like, whoa. So the timing wasn't there. But you know what could have happened in that 3 months that I didn't make anything? When they finally watched that video and it was done, they could have went to one of my other videos that I had made about something else. Oh man, this guy, the video was awesome. I really appreciated this. I want to see what else he makes. And then they clicked on my videos and there was nothing else. That's all I had. They're done. They're checked out. So the most important thing is to make videos. So that way, when they get to your channel, when they do notice a video and they like it, there's other stuff for them to watch after that. And then there's like the cheat code. I'll watch this one show sometimes, John Campea for movies. I love to watch movie reviews and movie news because I love movies. I'm a movie buff. And I'm not a movie fanatic. I just enjoy watching movies. And I'll go to bed and I'll have his channel on. And I love Star Wars too. Star Wars Theory. That's another guy I love to watch. I'll go to bed watching his channel. And when I wake up, I'm like, his channel's been on all night. So he was getting views from me for videos I wasn't even watching, just because he fell asleep with the YouTube channel on. Stock your shelves, because people may watch you in their bed on TV, put your channel on, hit click, and then fall asleep. And then all night long, they're watching videos that you had made. So you're getting views. That's the big thing. So treat your channel like Walmart. Your biggest goal is to stock your shelves with videos and to do it. And that way, when they find your channel, they got other stuff to watch. And so that was my mistake. I wasn't posting stuff unless it was perfect. And then when someone did watch it, there was nothing for them to watch after that. The shelves were bare. You want them to fill their cart with stuff they didn't even intend to. Clay, hey, man, I love it, man. He's commented. Thank you. Love this. Don't be sorry, man. You're bringing some good stuff tonight. Thank you. Sorry I'm commenting so much. My biggest issue is my space. Picking that niche. I feel like my space and need for privacy holds me back a little. Yeah, that's true. I'm very shy. I'm a very private person. I'm a hermit. My wife and I are both very private people. When we go on vacation, we don't go anywhere. We stay home and lock the doors and pull the shades down. We just retreat and just relax, We're very private people. I'm a very shy and private person, and I know that's weird being a pastor, but I like my me time, and I like my family time. I like to just, and it's frustrating too, because YouTube takes a lot of time away from that. But I prefer to be, like, my wife teases me all the time because she says I could get so annoying sometimes, because when I get downstairs, I just want to sit next to her on the couch. I just want to love on her and hug on her and just like cuddle with her. And she's like the dude in the marriage. Like, I'm the girl. Like, I just want to hold hands and lay my head in her lap. And she's like trying to scroll through her phone or just watch TV. And I'm just like, I'm the annoying person in the couple because I just give her no space. That's I love my space. I love my wife, and I love spending time with her, but I'm not a big social crowd person. So I'm with you, Clay, on that one. I love my space. But picking your niche, I mean, honestly, the best way to pick your niche, again, is what do you like to watch the most? What do you spend your most time doing on YouTube? create draw 3 circles all on a piece of paper. This is how I found my niche. I'm writing on this piece of paper right here so you can see it. So draw 3 circles on a piece of paper like this. All right. And on the top circle, you write all the stuff you love to watch, right? The next circle, all the stuff that you're good at, all right? That your hobbies that you're proficient at. And then in the other circle, post stuff that you would like to do eventually. Okay, stuff you do now, stuff you'd like to do. But as you're doing that, and then your strength, as you're doing it, the stronger you are at it, draw it closer to the middle. All right, I'm really strong at it. I'm exceptional at it. I do this. And the stuff that's closest to the middle is usually your niche. There's a video by Think Media where they did that, and that's how I found it. I encourage you to find that one on Think Media, how to find your niche. But it was that diagram right there where you could, that's how I dialed in on Level Up. It was putting things down in the circle, and then it was Level Up that was dead center. It was like one of the two that was in the middle. I'm like, I can do that because here's the deal. Once you start getting into this, it's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. There are going to be days you don't want to make a video. There are going to be days that you just want to take a break, but you got to be consistent. That's the biggest thing with YouTube. You can make great videos, but if you're making them once every 2 months or once, you wait 3 weeks and then you post 2 in a row and then wait 4 weeks, they're not going to promote your stuff. It's the consistency. So you're going to have to continue. Once you pick something up, you got to maintain it. So pick something that you like doing because that's what's going to help push you through. What do we got here? Live Hard Rock Truth says, good video. I have 2 K669Ds. Love them. You're going to blow up big down the road. I can tell. Nice natural flow. Keep it up. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. K699D. That is my jam. I absolutely love it. Where is it right now? Yeah, here it is. This guy right here. Let me tell you something. This microphone right here, absolutely love it. What you're listening to me on right now is the Earthworks SR117. It is Earthworks handheld microphone, and it's their budget microphone. It's the cheapest microphone they make, and it's $200. This is I love using this. I love this microphone. I have no processing on it whatsoever. It's plugged in out of the box. This is what it sounds like. It requires no work to sound so good. So good. That's what this does. The K669D. This is built just the same. Like the Earthworks is built solid metal, heavy, durable. The K669D is heavier than this. It's heavier than my Earthworks Ethos. I would even, where's my Shure SM7B? I mean, it's almost the same weight as the SM7B. It's insane. And it is built like a tank. And it sounds good. It sounds amazing. And let me tell you something. If you drop this on your toe would need to be replaced before the K669D. And you want to know what the price tag for these are, guys? This costs $37. $37. If this was around when I first started doing a live stream podcast and I wasn't doing gear reviews, if I was just starting out, like I said, a year ago, doing live streams and podcasts and things like that before I checked out, if I had gotten this, I would have zero desire to upgrade to anything else after this. This is absolutely amazing. And let me tell you something. It's a little high. That's the one thing. If the people that don't like it think it's a little too clear at the high, dude, if you put where is it? If you put a Shure SM7B pop filter, which is this guy right here, all right, it's the $20 one on YouTube. There's like a $9 one, but it's the $20 one because it's got like extra, like once you get about 3 inches in, it gets even thicker. You put this thing on here, and man, it sounds, it's like right up there in SM7B territory. It's not as good as the SM7B because the SM7B solves all kinds of problems, noise rejection, you name it, screaming, all that other stuff. But for straight podcasting, spoken word, this will do the job just as good as a Shure SM7B can. I'll stake my claim to it. So if you guys are just starting out, that's my advice to you at the end of this one. Start now. Don't wait. Start ugly, be messy, and wait for the feedback. Let that stuff flow, man, because that's how you're going to grow. That's how you're going to find out who you are. That's how you're going to find your viewers, find out what they like, because at the end of the day, it's like a restaurant. You want to make something that they're willing to digest. Now, it's a meal that they love, and now that they've enjoyed it, they want to come back to it. So find out what they like, find out what their menu is, and then just jump in. And man, jump in with one of these guys right here for $37. You don't have to spend a ton of money on a microphone to get started. K669D, man, pound for pound, the best budget microphone that is out there. Some would even argue, I had someone comment on one of my videos today, that the Mayano PD100, which is, where is it? This guy right here. It's a great broadcast microphone. This is just under $40. I think this is like $39. And this is metal too. It's not as thick and heavy built as the K669D, but this is also a great microphone for under $50 that has that broadcasty sound. Really good. So there are microphones out there for you guys to jump into that is going to sound great, make you sound great. Great gear. But yeah, just, if anything from this podcast, I just want to tell you guys, man, just get started. Just start posting stuff. Like Clay from Allen Chronicles, I was on his channel the other day. He's got documentaries on there. He's got like a video review of in-ear monitors. Each one of them's great. So it's like, okay, once he gets ready to pick his lane, I'm in. But it's just like, throw some stuff out there and just see which one gets the most views. And then like just start running in that direction. But to me, like, let your heart tell you, what do you enjoy making where's your passion at? What are you good at? What do you know a lot about, that a service you can provide people, like an insight that you can add to something, and then run with it. And then, hey, you know what? And don't quit after like 4 videos. Because like I said, my first video, the Elgato Phase Cam, did not blow up until 6 months later. And then it got like 10,000 views in 2 months. It was crazy. So give yourself like 6 months. Just make the stuff, and then people will notice. And then the goal is, once they start noticing you, once that first video hits, you're going to have all kinds of stuff on the menu for them to watch and to enjoy. So that's the big thing. Just make some content, keep plugging away. Eventually something will hit, and the goal is you want to make as many videos as you can before somebody notices that one video, and then they're going to sit back and enjoy all of them. So that's the big one. Don't wait to get viral to get going. Just get going. So, all right, that's it. Just curious from you guys, man. What would your topic you guys would like to discuss in the next podcast? Be honest with you. I'm sitting here thinking, like, I wrote down some video ideas for the next one. Biggest gear regrets, tips and tricks for YouTube, like something that you guys are really interested in. You can comment now. You can comment later. I'm going to keep checking in on the comments for this live stream, just to see where everybody's at. But just great stuff. And here's another thing, and I'll leave you with this. Don't be afraid to network. Like, we're talking, we're connecting here in the chat. Go into other videos, watch other people's live streams, talk, communicate. Networking grows faster than anything. Natural connections, like growing a family here on live stream. Like, I started connecting with Bark from Obscure Mics. We talk all the time. Bronson from Obscure Hotline, Obscure Hotline. That's a podcast that Bark and Bronson do together. But Audio Hotline, I watch that one. I comment. We talk, and we're in a fantasy football dynasty thing. I've never tried it before, but we're doing one as a group. 3 of us are in a fantasy league that we're drafting right now. Like, all this stuff happens, and before you know it, you're going to start getting phone calls from people like Fine, because they're, you connect with them, they see your channel, then they start telling their viewers, hey man, check this other channel out, man, they got some great stuff. And then their viewers come and watch your channel. And because you've been recording, you haven't been waiting, you've been making the stuff, whether it's messy or not, they've got a bunch of videos to watch when someone finally points them your way. And that's what happened to me. Like, I started networking with people, and then they started sharing. And just kind of give you guys a peek behind the veil, like 30 minutes before I'm doing a podcast, or before I go live, I got a call today from Sweetwater. Like, I reached out to them like a year ago, and I was small, wasn't really getting anywhere, and they reached out to me. Took a year, but man, you got to plow ahead. And when the body of work is there, and you made enough videos, and they're good videos, and they see passion, they see genuineness, they see commitment, they'll invest in you. And so I get calls all the time. I do. I get phone calls from different companies, smaller companies like Fine and Mayano and Toner and all of them. They all reach out and they send me stuff. ObsBot sends me stuff all the time, and I love their channel. People have sent me stuff before. If you're going to do a review channel, just be honest. Don't sell your soul to be their salesman. You are here for the viewers. You are here to review for them. They're watching you for your honesty. Absolutely. So be that way, and vendors will appreciate that. Vendors will appreciate that. Clay says, this was great. Glad I tuned in. Thank you for your content. Engagement is huge help for all of us. Absolutely. Thank you, Clay. I appreciate you, man. Great stuff. Thank you so much for joining this podcast. We are over an hour, man. I'd love to connect with some of you guys sometimes and have you on the podcast. I mean, I'd love to. What cracks me up is people don't want to have anybody on their live stream unless they're like 100,000 subscribers. They want the celebrity. Man, I want to talk with the people that have, with the boots on the ground, in the trenches. Like, where's your struggle at? Where are you? Like, that's the great stuff. That's the stuff we all want to hear. So I'd love to have some of you guys on my podcast sometimes, just talking about where you're at, what you're doing, where you're trying to go, what your struggles are, because we can all relate to this stuff. Let me tell you, we can all relate. Amen. So, yeah, I'd love to have you guys on. Clay, Live with Hard Rock Truth. Man, it'd be great to have you guys on for a podcast one time. Reach out, do some stuff, have a great conversation. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. We're at 1 minute and 7 seconds. I appreciate you guys. I got another video coming out here soon. And my next one is going to be, what is it on? What am I reviewing right now? Oh, a set of headphones. I never reviewed headphones before, but you know what? I'm going to try. See, we're going to step outside of our comfort zone sometimes and try some new things. And I wanted to buy my daughter, my 10-year-old daughter, a set of headphones for her gaming setup. And if Fafine's like, oh, hey, man, we'll send you something for you to review and see if she likes it. You just never know where the road's going to go. You just got to throw yourself out there and stuff will come your way. And if you're genuine about it, it's going to be awesome. And I believe in you guys. I believe in you guys. And I really appreciate you guys for joining my channel. I appreciate you guys for being members. Those of you guys who are members. Oh, I want to mention this before I go. Huge. Fafine sent this out to me. This is the Amplitank. Fafine Amplitank right here. What does it look like? I had it somewhere. What did I do with it? Here it is. Hold on. Looks just like this out of the box. They sent me one. I did a review on it. You can find it on my channel. Looks just like this, the Fafine Amplitank. Now, Fafine found out that I was starting a membership, and they wanted to send this out to me to premiere on the broadcast for you guys, in which they want me to give it away to a lucky member of my channel to celebrate membership. So, if you are a member, I'm going to, in 2 weeks, I'm going to do another podcast at the end of April. And we are going to, Fafine has reached out and collaborated. And thank you to the folks at Fafine. I absolutely love this company because I can get on here and do a review, and I can do my pros and cons, the best things and the things I don't like. And they love that. And I love that they love that. Like, I don't have to, I'm not going to lose them as someone who wants to send me stuff because I say something bad about their stuff or something I don't like. They appreciate that and they love that. And they have been an awesome company to work with. And they just reached out of the blue. I didn't even ask. They said, hey, we just noticed on your last video you mentioned memberships. We'd love to send you out a microphone to give away to your members. So for the first one, I said, I want the Fafine Amplitank, the new one. This is the new guy. So in 2 weeks, I'm going to do a giveaway to one of my members here on the channel. And then from that point on, in the next couple of months, I'm not sure for how long Fafine and I are going to do this, but they said they want to do a monthly giveaway here for members. So on the live stream, it's for everybody, but the members are the ones who are eligible for the giveaways. If you are a member, you're going to be able to not only win this one, but next month, the winner will get to pick their own microphone. So let's say, the Fafine Amplitank, and you don't win, and, well, I didn't want one anyway. Well, next month's winner, you get to choose what you want. You get to pick what you want. So I pick the winner. You tell me which one you want. I let Fafine know, and they send it to you. How cool is that? How cool is that? So, Fafine Amplitank, Tank 3, a $90 XLR USB microphone. Sounds great, built great, One of the downsides, I think, the only thing I've ever heard negative about this microphone is the fact that it's $90. Once you get to that $90 mark, you're really close to the $100 microphones, and there's so many great options at $100, like the Lewitt LCT240 Pro. Oh, one of my favorite microphones. It gets really, really close to one of those. So that's the one knock. It's so close to the other ones, it makes it really hard. Well, guess what? You don't have to pay for this one. You can win this one. And you get a really awesome, amazing microphone, XLR USB, for free, just for being a member. Thank you, guys. So, again, stay tuned. In 2 weeks, we're going to do that. And I hope to see you guys there, and I hope you guys win. Clay, anytime. I'm a talker for sure. I use StreamYard as well. I'm not using StreamYard anymore. Today, I'm using EVMux. It's my trial run with them, and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm loving it. For the same price as StreamYard, I think StreamYard for $25 a month, you get to do 720p to live stream. And then you got to pay $40 for the pro version in order to stream in 1080. EVMux is set up exactly like StreamYard. I kind of think like there's some identity theft there. Like maybe they had somebody on the inside doing some espionage here, because this is identical to StreamYard, like my interface right here. And for $25 for the same bucks, I get 1080. So I wanted to do that for you guys. I wanted to get the 1080p for you guys to enjoy. So StreamYard is awesome, though. Absolutely love it. Love it. Awesome stuff. So, Clay, I'm going to reach out to you, man. I'd love to do a podcast with you. And we'll set something up, brother. Can't wait. All right. That's it for today. Thank you guys so much for joining this podcast. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. I could talk forever, but you know what? My wife's downstairs. She hasn't seen me all day. I'm in the doghouse probably because I haven't seen her yet. So I'm going to go make up. Going to go rub her feet or something. Not a feet person. I'm going to do it because I love her. Love your wives. Make sure your kids see you loving her too. That's how you change the world. Treat your wife with respect. Wives, treat your husband with respect. Let your kids see you're doing it, and you can change the world that way. So anyways, that's it. Until I see you guys in the... oops, what did I do? There I go. All right. Until I see you guys in the next video and the next podcast. I tell you what, I'm all tongue twisted. I'm ready to enjoy this coffee right here. It's been sitting here this whole podcast. Good stuff. All right. That's it. That's all I got. Until I see you guys in the next video. Love you. Peace out.